What's up, you guys? Thanks for joining me at Marzell Money. We're going to be looking today at 5 investments that are set to 10x over the next 10 years. Stick with me. I'm going to be giving you the key facts and investment case points on all of these 5 investments as to why I think you need to have these in your portfolio. Stick with me. It's going to be a great video.
10x.
The chances of all 5 of these 10xing, of course, is slim, but if you expose yourself to all 5 of these, some of them are going to perform much better than 10x. So it's a good way of you seeing 10x returns from having exposure to all 5 of these types of investments I'm going to tell you. So the first investment I'm going to be talking to you about, it's a metal. It's not gold, it's silver. Silver is set to skyrocket over the next few years, and over the next 10 years I really believe it has a good chance of 10xing. Reason being, silver's currently trading at around $17. It reached its all-time high 40 years ago in 1980. It hit $50. Silver is currently one of the most undervalued assets on the market. Reason for this is simple. At the moment, the ratio between silver and gold has never been at such an all-time high. It takes 100 ounces of silver to buy just 1 ounce of gold. The historical average of this is actually about 50 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. Some other cases why I believe silver could really do well over the next few years, up to 10 years, is due to the money printing, the money creation, the quantitative easing that's happening in the economies at the moment. What's more, for silver, it's not just an asset class of a metal like gold is. Silver has some big industrial uses as well. These industries include pharmaceutical, medical, the electrical industry, solar, electric vehicles. There's many more, but these are some of the key industries that are really going to help silver along. Silver really could be worth anything from $150 to $200 in my opinion in 10 years time. It could reach that much sooner. The demand's there, the supply isn't meeting that demand, and the industries that the demand comes from are only increasing. So the next investment that I believe has fantastic potential, it's something that's already performed incredibly well. It's gone up 9 million % since when it started 10 years ago. Bitcoin. We've all heard of Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin actually still very much in its infancy. It's an asset class that has not been around very long at all. If you compare it to something like gold, where we've been trading in gold, it's been a store of value, it's been a money, 4,000 years. Gold is 4,000 years. Bitcoin, 10 years old, it's in its infancy. There hasn't been any real mass adoption to Bitcoin yet in terms of using it from banks and funds. So as soon as that money from industry and investment comes into Bitcoin from a higher level, when bank managers and investment fund managers actually think, hey, I need to do something here for my clients, there's not going to be much return from bonds. There's not going to be much return from banks. There's no interest to talk about. We're in a landscape where interest rates are at all-time lows and don't look like they're able to increase anytime soon. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is still going to continue to grow. It wouldn't surprise me to see Bitcoin at more than 100,000. Bitcoin's currently trading at around $9,000. It could easily reach over $100,000 in a few years' time, let alone 10 years' time. However, I do want to obviously account for dips as well. Bitcoin, as a volatile asset, a new asset, it does drop heavily as well as increase heavily. But if you look at Bitcoin over the last 10 years, the graph just looks like this. Of course, if you look at it every year, you're going to see that, but gradually it's just gone like that. I don't think Bitcoin's going to grow another 9 million % over the next 10 years. Next up on the list, I'm going to be talking to you about mining stocks. Mining stocks are certainly areas where you could expect huge returns over the next 5 to 10 years. Particularly companies that I'm looking at: Hochschild, Fresnillo, Majestic Silver, Pan American Silver. I believe these companies all have huge potentials to do far greater than 10x the current trading price. As I mentioned with investing in silver as a metal, these mining stocks also, of course, boast the same prospects and benefits and reasons as to why they can perform really well over the next 10 years. The benefit of investing in a mining stock when the metals that they mine do very well, it costs them X to mine certain amount of gold or silver or whatever they're mining. So if the metal is going up in price, you're not only getting boost of the metal price, you're getting the profits of the company from selling what they've mined to the industries. So another investment I think is going to do fantastically and could easily 10x over the next 10 years. It's a stock that I really, really like, and it might be a company you're familiar with. It's FIVERR, FIVERR.com. You know, the website where freelancers can create video editing services, graphic design, and all types of digital services. My case for this is pretty simple. It only IPO'd about 1 year ago, and it's currently trading at $60, which is double from when it started a year ago. It IPO'd at $30. It's now at $60. I believe FIVERR is incredibly well positioned to take advantage of not only the demand for the service, but also for freelancers that want to provide a service on their platform. Unfortunately, we're heading into poorer economic times. The unemployment rate is set to skyrocket over the next 6 to 12 months. This is mainly due to COVID-19 and the financial implications it's had on us, with companies cost cutting left, right, and center, getting rid of fixed employees. It's likely that a lot of companies are going to use less expensive agencies and specialist contractors when it comes down to video editing and digital services. We're going to be looking at a completely different landscape where even one person that has their own business is going to want to invest more online in video. This is mainly due to platforms like Instagram and Facebook taking off. It will be very commonplace for a very small business, even one-person companies, to need the services that FIVERR offer. You know, 10 years ago, it was you need a website. You had to have a website to be reputable. It's now a case that video and graphic design and branding is super important. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, smash the thumbs up button below, and if you subscribe to my channel, you can keep informed with all my latest content. Turn on the notification bell, it's going to keep you notified of that. When it comes down to high growth, we've seen the likes of Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix skyrocket. You need to focus on these two key industries. These two industries are the Internet of Things, which you may have seen as IoT, and AI, which is artificial intelligence. These two industries really have a hold on the future. The Internet of Things has a huge potential to grow considerably over the next few years. In 10 years' time, who knows what the companies that operate in this space could be worth. Some examples of Internet of Things industries, we're looking at consumer devices such as fitness trackers, connected security systems, smart speakers, anything around the home really can now be connected to Wi-Fi. Software platforms that manage IoT devices, cloud computing services and big data, these are all areas where the IoT industry can explode. It's no secret that companies like Amazon, Google, Facebook, Netflix are all heavily using IoT as a way to improve their platforms. With our ever-evolving world in data, information, technology, AI has a huge part to play. Again, some of the biggest tech companies around are investing huge amounts of money into AI. AI makes it possible for machines to learn from experience of the user. It allows computers to carry out human-like tasks from previous experience and adjustments and inputs from their systems. 4 types of AI are reactive machines, limited memory theory of mind, and self-awareness. Artificial intelligence uses learning to mimic human intelligence. It uses algorithms and historical data to create something called prosperity, a prosperity model. In a nutshell, a prosperity model is something that allows a computer to learn and make certain types of predictions that are very accurate. I would heavily suggest trying to get exposure to many companies in this industry via buying their stock, looking at IPOs, and that way, if you hold enough of the good companies, getting a 10x return on some of these companies that operate in this industries could be easily achieved in a much shorter time. Okay guys, I hope you found this video valuable. Let's check in 10 years time. Please like, smash the thumbs up button below, Subscribe to my channel, and if you turn the notification bell on, you can keep up to date with all my latest content. Thanks so much. Take care, guys. Bye.